I mean, I'm gonna be one. I'm gonna. Hey, I mean, oh shit! I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, motherfuckers. Who are you? I'm Beer Drink Shoutout, and this is the top 5 most overrated rappers of all time. Number 5, Andre 3000. Though Andre 3000 to me is actually one of the dopest rappers of all time, residing here in Atlanta, Georgia. Definitely a famed group artist of Outkast, one of the most polarizing groups in hip-hop history. Andre 3000 is looked at as one of the greatest MCs of all time, one of the greatest rappers of all time. However, I look at him as definitely one of the most overrated rappers. Why? For the fact that he, for one, never even put out a solo album, coupled with the fact that his eccentricity plays on the whole role of the mystique
that doesn't make you great,
almost
bro.
like an Erykah Badu. Andre 3K, you're definitely one of my favorite artists of all time, alongside acts like Prince, Michael Jackson, Jay-Z, Eminem, and such and such. However, the fact that you never put out a solo album, and to be totally honest, as far as group efforts, I've always favored Big Boy's machine gun delivery over the eccentric poetry that you've spat. It is what it is, what it ain't what it's gonna be. I am a huge fan of Andre 3K, and to be totally honest, if he put out a solo album, that would probably solidify himself as top 5 greatest of all time. However, 2018 still don't have one. Next up, we have Biggie, aka the Notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls, whatever have you, poster boy of Bad Boy Records. This guy is sloshed in overraticity. This guy, for one, never had a legendary Hall of Fame type, greatest of all time type of career, for the fact that he's only put out maybe 2 to 3 albums. His singles weren't really smashing. However, everyone in hip-hop puts him at a high regard. I don't understand why. I hope I don't end up missing after this assessment, this top 5 list, but Biggie Smalls definitely. I'll put it this way. Biggie Smalls is one of those people to where you're bigger in death than you were in life. At the time of Biggie's reign, somewhat, of being of rap supremacy, he wasn't really looked at as a great. It pretty much took the death of Biggie in order for him to be put in that regard, and I think that it's a shame, because if you listen to rap music, hip-hop, whatever call you that, and such and Redagle, there are many New York MCs. It doesn't even matter what region we're talking about. There are many MCs that would out-rap Biggie. Big L to be one, OC to be another, AZ to be another. Biggie Smalls is definitely an overrated MC that just fell into place for the fact that he had the great connection and friendships of being in close cohorts with a P. Diddy and Bad Boy Records. No shade and no shame on Biggie's game. However, Biggie Smalls definitely one of the most overrated rappers, MCs of all time. Number 3, Eminem. Who is he? Woe is thee. I'm allowed to say something about feminine Eminem? What the fuck?
Yo, skibidi-bee, everybody in the 313. Guess who got beef with me?
So this is my disclaimer. Eminem is definitely one of the best technical rappers of all time. He can hold his own with anyone, and truthfully, it's almost to the fact that who can hold their own with Eminem on a track. However, Eminem, I look at as overrated due to the fact that other rappers regard him as the bar, like the highest statue of being a rapper. And in being a rapper is almost like being an athlete. It's competition. And I just find it very funny that no matter what color, creed, character, cornucopia of fruit flavors that you are, you look at Eminem as, no, he's the greatest of all time. And if you say anything otherwise, say a Black Thought, say a Mos Def, say a Talib Kweli, say a Tech Nine, you are looked at as a fucking fool. Eminem is pretty much kind of almost like the Biggie syndrome. However, he's still alive. And I look at it to where, and it's fucked up because I'm a huge fan of Eminem, and truthfully, he spits shit the way other people like literally just can't technically get it done. However, there's something going on in a sport. There's something going on in a music industry to where if you are an actual participant, if you are an athlete, if you are a peer of another participant, and you automatically have to say that they are kicking your ass, they're shitting down your throat, and they are the greatest of all time, and if you think otherwise, you are a piece of shit. There's something going on. And Eminem, to me, is definitely a dope MC. And to be totally honest, I'll even put him up there. But as far as being overrated, he is overrated to his peers. Tupac Shakur. This one is going to definitely strum the heartstrings of a lot of rap fans out there. However, Tupac is overrated. Why? I'm sure a lot of you that may have done a bit of research or just come across little dumb shit on YouTube, and you may have seen the secret meeting that changed rap, or the secret meeting that changed hip hop. And it seems to me that that Tupac was actually the poster boy. He was actually the go-to guy for this whole agenda of gangster rap, and pretty much taking an art form of being positive and uplifting, especially to the black community, as well as to just in general, just being just a positive energy of music, and turning it into kill this nigga, fuck you, kill that nigga. And Tupac, I think, is definitely overrated because people look at him as like a freedom fighter, a martyr. People look at him as like Illuminati, this and that. I think that Tupac, truthfully, is probably damn still alive to this day, and he's eating now. He's eating on everything that's happening now in the culture. I don't give a fuck about the culture. I don't give a fuck about hip hop, rap. I could still do it if I wanted to. It's just part of the game. Tupac, definitely a great storyteller, a good writer, but he's overrated for the fact that people just give him a pass, just how a lot of other people on this list, like, you just get a pass to where your past, you get a pass of your past. Like Tupac, not a gangster. Tupac, definitely a well-spoken young gentleman at the age of 17. Then all of a sudden, everything switches up and he's Tupac. And people feed into it. And the one thing that I will say about the new generation of rappers and artists is they don't give a fuck about legends. They don't give a fuck about mystiques of greatest of all time and this, that, and the other. Point in case, Xxxtentacion said that.
Well, it go to, like, for example, with Tupac, his art was more than music. We saw him. He was a writer. He was a poet.
I've been there. Bro, I'm better than Tupac, bro. Please don't compare me to him. Please don't compare me to him. Please don't. Tupac can't make rock music. Tupac can't do that.
Wait,
Tupac couldn't do that.
Hold on.
Tupac didn't do that. Tupac was a dancer and a poet and a rapper.
You know what? Fuck, don't compare me to Tupac. I'm better than Tupac. He said that he's better than Tupac, and to be totally honest, it kind of goes back to the whole Eminem situation where everyone thinks that he gets a pass. Like, you have to say Eminem is the greatest of all time. Xxxtentacion, I don't really agree with anything of his lifestyle or his being. However, as an artist, that's a 100% comment. That's a 100% analysis of what he should say. Don't compare me to Tupac. I'm better than Tupac. That's exactly what he should say, for the fact that, nigga, it's a competition, dead or alive. You're trying to be the greatest artist of all time if you are an artist. If you're an artist and you're just okay with being a great artist or a good artist, but you know that there have been other artists that are pretty much in the same lane of what you're putting out now, you gotta want to outdo them. You have to look at yourself as better than them. If not, you're not valuing the art that you're putting out. So shout out to Xxxtentacion for being an actual artist. Tupac is definitely overrated. A lot of his songs are deep. A lot of his songs are fire, like Dear Mama. Oh, yeah, whatever. He has a lot of good songs, and that's the one thing that kind of pisses me off as far as comparing Tupac and Biggie. Like, whenever someone talks about Biggie, they talk about Tupac. Whenever someone talks about Tupac, they talk about Biggie. I guess I'm failing right now, and I'm doing the exact same thing. But Tupac and Biggie Smalls aren't on the same realm of artistry. Tupac is an artist. Biggie is a rapper. It is what it is. Tupac, overrated. It is what it is. Damn, how many times am I going to say that? What?
Who you got? You got a house full.
50 and 0, nigga. The motherfucking champ, nigga. 50 and 0. Fuck that motherfucking punk ass McGregor, you bitch. Fuck him. Motherfucking champ, nigga. Yeah, nigga. That's what you get for coming to a motherfucking gang fight with a butter knife, you bitch ass motherfucker.
This is coming from a 60-year-old man. Snoop Dogg, 100% totally the most overrated rapper of all time, for the fact that he can't even rap. He just fell into a genre of rap. I can't call him a rapper, to be totally honest. Snoop Dogg isn't a rapper. Or truthfully, I guess he is. He's a gangster rapper. And what's my name, fool? Snoop Dogg. Like, he is nothing but a gimmick. He is